Over in the pages of DC Comics, the publisher's latest Flash ongoing series is really shaken out to be one of the most insane comic book runs yet. The Scarlet Speedster continues to run into all these fascinating science fiction based characters like the Uncoiled as well as the Stillness. And something has been wrong with Wally's Speed Force powers. Wally has continued to explore this spooky Speed Force phenomenon over with Michael Holtz of Terrific Tech. My name is Araco Braddock, and today, let's go ahead and explore the pages of Flash issue 3 to see if Wally can finally get a handle on some of these sci-fi scenarios playing out within the storyline. But before we get deeper into the video, I want to encourage you to consider subscribing to the channel and hitting the like button over on our video as well. Wally West versus the Folding Man, like you've never seen him before. After the arrival of the Stillness last issue, the alien speedsters begin traveling around the world, with Max Mercury watching their every move. Meanwhile, Wally encounters another former foe who's gotten a major upgrade, the Folding Man. While entering a new location beyond time called the Gallery, what hidden truths does this place hold for the Flash? The Flash issue 3 is written by Si Spurrier, featuring art from Mike Deodato Jr. We have colors from Trish Mulvihill, letters from Hassan Otsmane-Elhaou, and a cover by Mike Deodato Jr. as well as Trish Mulvihill as well. Really love how this cover introduces the threat of the Folding Man over to the issue. I think the way that the Folding Man is already torturing Wally over on the cover once again teases the really odd and interesting science fiction scenarios within the Flash issue 3. Want to extend a big thank you over to Adventures in Poor Taste and Preview, just the strange layouts coming in from Mike Deodato Jr. Really like the way this series tackles some of the humor and picks up on the elements from the recent Jeremy Adams run over in The Flash. The way that Wally is drinking a coffee and just has this cavalier attitude while talking over to Michael Holt, Mr. Terrific, is so engaging within the narrative. It's quite interesting to see the duo talk about the spooky Speed Force phenomenon that occurred over in the last issue regarding Barry Allen. Also, once again, seeing how these elements really coincide with our threats of the Stillness, the Uncoiled, as well as Gorilla Grodd really opens up and lends so many fascinating plot threads towards this narrative here. It feels like Mike Deodato Jr. just implements so many gorgeous panels and layouts across each and every page of the issue. I think currently the scenario over with Gorilla Grodd is incredibly fascinating, and Jr. always brings some really interesting shading and tension among some of these scenes. With so much happening in each and every page of The Flash, it can be really daunting to absorb some of these issues. I wish that some pages just had a little bit more of a streamlined layout over from Deodato Jr. I think it would help readers get a little bit more immersed into the narrative and probably make this Flash book a little bit more accessible for those who are really looking to get more immersed within the narrative here. However, I think one of the saving graces of this massive issue of The Flash Chapter 3 here is the way that it manages the large cast of Flash supporting characters. Heroes like Max Mercury already have a great sense of camaraderie over with Wally West, and getting to see these two characters really analyze and try and get to the bottom of these strange Speed Force phenomenon over in the issue was also a really engaging element within the core Flash narrative here. Spurrier and Mike Deodato Jr. do a fantastic job implementing the character of Bart Allen Impulse over to the Flash Chapter 3 here. The way that he directly has to do with the science fiction threat and pulls upon some of the plot threads of the Speed Force issues within the narrative are incredibly engaging here. The second half of The Flash issue 3 really pushes this series over to the limit. The character of the Folding Man introduces so many interesting page layouts and techniques across this tale. The way that Si Spurrier continues to compound all these threats over for Wally and continues to play up this threat over with the Speed Force malfunctioning creates so much tension over for Wally as well as the rest of the speedsters within the DC universe. So at the end of the day here, I think The Flash issue 3 is just Another mind bending chapter of this insane comic book title, really trying to flesh all of these disparate villains out in the Flash's core comic book title. The character of the Fold In Man really brought out so much humanity over for Wally as a character, and I hope Spurrier will continue to re explore the character relationships with Wally's family over in future issues here. I thought there were some great elements over with Max Mercury as well as Michael Holt within The Flash. And I'm also really impressed with how Spurrier is managing to balance all of these relationships amidst the incredibly ambitious story that he's telling within these pages. Some of the layouts within The Flash issue 3 are so crazy that it gives me this feeling that I'm reading Doom Patrol or Animal Man over from Grant Morrison from the very first time. And I really hope that maybe in the future more readers will continue to be as interested in this postmodern and really ambitious take on The Flash that I am. I want to know from you. What were some of your thoughts over on The Flash issue 3? Are you as invested in this incredibly subversive narrative as I am? Let me know down in the comments below. Thank you so much for coming to check out our video review over on The Flash issue 3, and we'll be back to see where this series is headed in the near future. Thanks so much, and I'll see you soon. Bye.